Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to Grand Order. Today, we're going to be doing a bit of farming on our main account, a little bit of work on our Japanese account, and then we're probably going to hop over and give Final Fantasy XIII a run. For those of you who didn't hear the news, mostly because it's brand new, we will be getting the Quetzmas event probably Monday. Unfortunately, the news is not posted in-game yet, but it is on the Fate Grand Order website. If you go to the FGO US website, which is a pain in the ass to go to, you will see that. Right. Sorry. If I go to their Twitter, and also go to their website, specifically under Christmas, which isn't in the news section for some reason, you will see that it's starting on the 13th. And the 13th is Sunday. So it's basically starting Monday. I mean, I'm assuming it's not going to start the morning of the 13th. That'd be kind of weird. Hey, it's Snowcloud. How's it going? Oh, for you, it's not listed on Monday? I mean, it says December 13th, which isn't all that clear. Usually, the day that goes live, it's like late in the evening, so I figured it's probably Monday. Yeah. Basically, I'm with you there. It's nice to finally know. I was really hoping it wouldn't be starting like the 18th. I was really hoping it wouldn't be starting the 17th or the 18th because I haven't yet figured out. Well, I need to decide, but I haven't yet figured out when I want to actually visit my parents' house for Christmas. As it's like a 6.5 hour drive. Actually, it's a bit further than that. It might be 7 hours to them, and that's during the summer. So in the winter, it's gonna probably be like, it might be even longer. But I have to drive that far, visit them for Christmas. How was my day? Thanks for asking. My day was actually pretty good. I have like, my stomach seems slightly upset, but it's nothing like incapacitating. I went out, got some groceries, bought some cookies, got Final Fantasy XIII installed. Yeah, I want to spend my Christmas farming Quetzmas. My worry was, I have like the whole week. I have the week before Christmas off, so I have like the 20th to the, I have like the 21st to the 25th off, and then I think I get the 28th off by default because it's Boxing Day. But I'm not certain if I want to visit them for a long time and if I want to bring my computer. And then assuming I bring my computer, am I going to be streaming or playing games while I'm there? Like, I might play a few games and I might bring my computer in the event that someone gives me like a Steam card, because it's kind of awkward like visiting your family for Christmas and then they're like, here's a PS4 game, and you're like, that's great. I can't use this PS4 game the whole time I'm here, so when my siblings run off to go play around or, you know, install games because they got new presents and shit, I just kind of like awkwardly sit around. It happened to me the last couple years. It was like, I got a bunch of practical gifts and I think I got a video game and like some Steam Wallet stuff, and it was like, this is great, I love it, but the only one of my presents I could actually use or do anything with for like the first week I had them, because I was visiting them the whole time, was I could read. I think my sister bought me a couple issues of Fairy Tail. Yeah, you spinner. So the fact that we have like a whole week, the whole week before that, is great for me, because I'm just gonna sit down and do a shit ton of streaming, and I'll probably be doing like a bit of Quetzmas farming off stream too. But like, I know what my I know what my Saturday, Sunday is going to be for that. I'm thinking I'll probably like, yeah, I might like not stream for like 4 or 5 days around Christmas, but we'll see. I think I'm gonna bring my computer. I just don't know if it's gonna be a great setup for streaming. I know my parents' place has like tons of internet, but you know, sitting down for like 6 hours in front of a mic is not the most likely thing to happen. Unless it's really late at night. I might do like really late night streams. Just because I want to play games and stuff while I'm there. And my parents go to bed really early. They go to bed at like 10. Which doesn't really jive all that well with me, as I prefer to go to bed at like 1 or 2. So, might change up the schedule or something if I decide to start doing something. Because I'm thinking, if I like Final Fantasy 13, I'm gonna want to keep playing that, and that shit's not gonna be done. Same with Heaven's Feel. I don't want to stop playing that. Alright. Before I AP cap, because AP capping is suffering, let's get into here. Yeah, I want to go really hard on Quetsmith, as I kind of want to make up for how much I spent on Guildfest, because I only spent like 80-90 apples on Guildfest. So I have a lot of apples to burn. A lot of apples to burn. Good news is we're almost done farming pages. At least for now. Like, I'm at like 20 pages now. Yeah. It's gonna be... It'd also be really fun. Ooh, yeah, 20 gold apples. Well, at least you spent the apples, right? I'd also kind of prefer to get at least like the first 50 or 80 boxes out of the way before I want to go down to my parents for Christmas, because I kind of started playing Grand Order like a couple days before I visited them last Christmas, and I literally was playing the game the whole time. Was it last Christmas? Yeah, after Christmas, I literally just sat and played Grand Order like the whole week. Like I didn't plug my phone in. I literally just played till the phone was dead, plugged it in, then actually talked with them. The minute the phone was charged, pulled out the phone, kept playing. That's how I got all the way to Camelot in like the first week. And I read all that too. I wasn't skipping nothing. I remember I ran into Camelot because that was like I ran into Camelot when I was in the airport to go back home. I flew down that time. And I was like, damn, the difficulty spike. And then I couldn't play for 2 hours. Then I couldn't play for like 2 hours because the plane ride's a little bit faster than driving. But I kind of like driving. It was actually really funny last Christmas. My parents encouraged me to fly down because, you know, it's like, well, it's like a 6-7 hour drive there and then a 6-7 hour drive back. And then you have to drive on icy roads and it could be really dangerous. So, you know, and we'll like pay for half of it, so you can go do that. And I was like, all right, fine. And then they bought me a bunch of tools. Here's the thing. You can't bring drill bits or Allen keys or what else did I get? I think I got a proper like set of sockets, a bunch of handy tools. And you can't bring any of those on a plane, even for domestic flights. So they encouraged me to come visit, and they're like, here's a bunch of gifts. By the way, you can't use any of them for the next 3 months until you come visit again. It's like, you can't take that shit on a plane. Airport personnel are crazy paranoid. Like, oh no, this guy's got a screwdriver, he's gonna fucking murder someone. So, yeah, I'm not flying down again. It's just so funny. They convinced me to fly instead of drive, and then they bought me a bunch of gifts I couldn't even take with me on the plane. It was so silly. I believe you can technically bring some tools on the plane, but the restrictions are like something like it has to be no larger than a quarter of an inch when assembled or something. No longer than an inch when assembled or something. It's like a basic Allen key is too long. Let alone like the set of Allen keys I got. I got like a bunch of sets of shit. It was really funny. I mean, I'm not really mad. I didn't desperately need the tools. Like I have a basic set of have like, you know, the usual like hammers, basic screwdrivers, shit like, and then I do modeling and stuff, so I have like wire cutters, X-Acto knife, a bunch of small drill bits, hand drill, files, all that shit like just lying around because I need it anyway. Oh, we forgot to use, I was really confused for a minute there. We actually forgot to use Nero's third skill on Skaha, so we failed to kill him. That was a mistake. The 50% damage buff would mean the NP kills. I got distracted telling a story. Oh well, it was a funny scenario. Like, I almost never get anything I can't take on planes for Christmas, either. Like, most of the time, you know. It's like, I'm a huge nerd. I don't ask for gifts you can't take on planes normally. I'm not saying I didn't like those gifts, but it was really funny. I was just not expecting to get things I couldn't take on a plane. Oh well. That whole flight was like, that whole plane thing was like a disaster from start to finish. It was hilarious. Like the day I was going to fly out, the plane got delayed because of ice and snow over my destination, and then it got canceled and I had to drive back. It was like huge pain. But oh well. Still gonna go visit them again. Although I'm definitely driving. I kind of prefer driving. I don't find driving a lot, especially when there's no traffic. I don't find driving very stressful. Yeah, the classic E-rank Lancer. Fuck. Yeah. Oh. I've been fairly fortunate when I drive though, so maybe we'll just stick with cars. I also don't mind driving long distances that much. If it's like if it's like 2 hours or less, I don't actually have a problem with any driving. Like, the first hour and a bit of any drive, I'm usually pretty entertained. Just gotta relax, listen to music. I usually have the first playlist I put on is usually at least 45 minutes. It's when it gets to be like past 2 hours, I start to not be as big a fan of driving, but I still don't mind it. I don't actually know if the spotters are divine. I did remember the guts this time, right? Yeah, here we go. 293k. Just one-shots him. Really convenient when, almost max leveled your Ushi. Oh, that's good. Good. We ended up killing the pillar, right? Yeah, we killed the pillar. Yeah, we're on the real Aussie fight. The one I'm really not looking forward to, because we kind of need 2 really good DPS. I'm thinking I'm gonna borrow. I don't know if I'm gonna borrow the Asan. Yeah. Because that Aussie's pretty dangerous. Like, that fight in particular is a huge problem, because you have to fight. You have like two bosses who are very real threats, and then you have a bunch of trash mobs that are also fairly real threats that are all opposite classes in the class triangle, so you end up shooting, like, you're gonna be disadvantaged against someone I'm probably gonna bring my own Ushi and then someone else's assassin. As if I recall, that is roughly what I tried to do when I originally did that on my own account. Although on my own account, my Ushi was actually 10 levels lower and had worse skills because I did not know what I was doing and didn't focus my rider hard enough. Namely, I'm pretty sure I just didn't have the horseshoes. And so I hadn't put any points into, horseshoes are a pain and they're evil. I was trying to, much like on my JP account, I was trying to get through Camelot so I could get some freaking horseshoes. Yeah, it's like Riders Casters. The casters are Nidocris and an Elemental, I believe. And then Ozymandias is your rider boss. The issue is, I believe the Ozzy has like 300,000 health or something stupid like that. So it's not like you can just one-shot him. He has like 300,000 or 400,000 health. It's pretty dangerous. As Ozzy can also battery himself any turn, so you get randomly jibbed by NPs. Usually on one run for Ushi. Okay, good shit. Imperial privilege spammed. Ozzy's like the only servant with a good Imperial privilege. And even then it's awkward to use. I really like that he has the buff success rate on his own skills, so he can use Imperial privilege and actually get all his buffs off. At least the first time you use it, right? Oh, he actually survived that. Okay. Survive all you like. 21 pages. We're almost there. We need 24 for Jerker, and then I'd like 5 to 10 more for someone else. Pages are pain. Oh, thanks for the raid, Draconic. Or whenever that happened. That's pretty cool. Going great. Just started playing. Doing some age farming on my North American account. After that, I'm probably going to jump over to my Japan account, where I'm going to continue proceeding through Camelot. I think we're at Aussie. That's going pretty good. Jerker just needs so many pages. I don't know where all my pages go. It's like a real feast or famine problem with me. I went from having like 50, 60 pages to suddenly having 0. At least it's not Bones. Yeah, I'm doing okay on Bones, mostly because I've held off on leveling certain servants with Bones. I'm also in Fang Hell, but I'm holding off farming that because I know the lottery next week's gonna have a shit ton of Fangs, which is awesome. You know, I want at least 100 boxes out of that lottery just so I can not be out of the. I have like a 666 Semiramis. I have Artoria. I have Lancelot. I have who else requires fangs? It's just awful. Like Semiramis alone is like 100 fangs just on the skills levels I have her at right now. Ooh, hero proofs. I'm good on heroes proofs for now. The Guildfest gave out heroes proofs like they were candy. I think it was like 3 per box or something. So I have like 300. Yeah, it's a lot of fangs. I farmed out the bare minimum of fangs. Oops, almost missed that. I farmed out the bare minimum of fangs for to get a couple servants to important skill levels, but I still need a lot of fangs. Yeah, I can show off how desperately I need fangs, but for a while it's really bad, because I had like Archuria and Artoria, and they were both, I leveled their skills at a similar time, and they both need fangs for like 5 and 6 or something like that. Like the worst, those critical skill levels where you're like, gems, 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 and our first cooldown reduction, it requires a ton of fangs. Okay, well, we'll see if we can't 3-turn this. Whether or not Karna 3-turns is kind of up to RNG. You need like a Buster card on the third turn from him. And even then he sometimes whiffs, depending on what the middle card is. I could probably guarantee that he kills everything if I brought Waver instead, but my Waver is already bond 10, so I'm trying to avoid using my Waver in farming comps. Gotta get all that Saint Quartz, and Gilgamesh just needs that bond 10. I can't give him bond grails if he's not bond 10. So even if Gilgamesh is slightly subpar, he's sitting in the back line, soaking up bond points. Although if I can get my hands on a K-scope, I can actually use them. Because of fangs, you don't want a 10-10-10 Zerkerlot. That's the problem. Zerkerlot actually wants to have high skills, at least on his mana gain. I probably should have done that. 7-7-10. Yeah, that's close enough. The Star Absorb and the Star Absorb and the Star Drop rate aren't as important. It's the mana gain he needs. The other ones are useful for like finishing off a wave if your NP doesn't kill one of the mobs because there's like a boss or something. Okay, a Karna Brave Chain, that works. I'm liking how this Mystic Code's working for us. I'm not sure we could actually pull off the damage reliably to kill this guy if we didn't have this. You two are suffering because of fangs. At least he's got the right skill leveled up. There's nothing worse than seeing like there's nothing worse than having important skills at subpar levels. Did I forget to use Nero's Guts again? I think I did. Today I'm just forgetting Guts. 10-10-10 Aresh. Oh god. Well, I hope you enjoy. Okay, we're really lucky. I did that again. I don't know why I forgot that today, using Nero's Guts for the damage. I've been farming this with all my AP for like a week and a half and not forgotten a single time. Oh well. Stakes. I hope you really like stakes. I mean, for Aresh, you really only need her middle skill to 10. But the other ones are good. And if you're going for 10-10-10, yeah. I have an Aresh. I understand that. I rolled Aresh. I got a lucky Aresh on her last raid up, and was like, oh, how many? I've never used stakes before. How many do I have? 150, that looks like a good number. Look at the stakes Aresh requires. Never mind. So bad. Aresh is a tough one. That's a lot of stakes you need. Alright. Even though I have an Aresh, yeah, I actually don't have enough stuff for Aresh, but that's mostly because the same time I got Gilgamesh the day before I got Aresh Gigal, and I put my Gilgamesh to level 100, 10, 10, 10, within the first 20 minutes. Which is great, but it also emptied out all my QP. So I was trying to skill up a servant for Lost Belt 3, and I realized halfway through that I had like literally 500,000 QP and couldn't even get their skills up any higher due to QP. Not even this materials requirements. A little bit awkward. So Aresh has a ways to go. Level 100 is a lot of embers. Emptied my whole ember bank. I think I got through like I don't remember. I had like 300 or 400 embers stacked up and they all disappeared. I got Gilgamesh, I had some embers left, and then I had Aresh, and I'm like, I guess I should level Aresh. Yeah, 98 to 100. How many embers is it? I know you can... There's an ember calculator somewhere. I know you can find out. It's a lot of embers. Because it doesn't skip... It skills, It, like, doubles the number of embers every 10 levels, I believe? Something like that. It starts out relatively mundane, and then gets really hard, because I know you need like 200 to get to... You need like 200 from 80 to 90 or something. Something along those lines. It's pretty rough. One of the wikis has that. One of the wikis has that ember calculator. We could probably just check. I haven't leveled enough servants to 100. I want to, let's see, 1 to 100. Ah, it is on average 627 embers to get to level 100. The raw value is 753. But you generally get like a greater super success at some point, right? When you're leveling someone, especially if you're gonna level them all the way to 100, like you're probably gonna get at least one super success. One greater super success. At least one. I would expect more, but it's at least one. We didn't forget Guts this time, so this should kill him in one hit, or put him at within like 5,000 health. Yeah, there we go. He's gone. The nice thing about Nero's Guts in this scenario is that it's like you get the full value out of the 50% damage multiplier, because I'm borrowing people with K-scopes, and neither Karna nor Skaha have damage ups, but they have color up. You just get your damage multiplied by 1.5. Hooray for multiplicative damage stacking. It is a miraculous thing. What is my Aresh Gigal at right now? I haven't checked in a while. I know she's nowhere near complete. She's actually like my least complete 5-star. Aresh is like... Yeah. I almost got her there, and then I ran out of QP. I was like, alright, QP is a resource. This is actually like one of the first times I ran out of QP, except for like at the very, very start of my account. Another raid by LSA 420. Hello and welcome. As you can see by the amount of QP I have, I am... Oh yeah, Aresh? Yeah, Aresh needs like 1 billion stakes. When people complain about it... people complain about the number of stakes Aresh Girl needs, they ain't joking. But as you can see, I'm really looking forward to the upcoming lottery so I can get a 1 billion QP. 100 boxes should get me there. Yeah, we're in stake hell. I'm also lamenting the chains. Farming chains is a nightmare. I had to farm out chains for Hijikata. He needs like 60. He needed like 60 per skill. I really don't want to do chains for all this. Oh, thanks for the follow, avid reader. Yeah, Aresh likes stakes. It's not a meme. She actually wants like 1 million stakes. Oh, thanks for the follow, love the Eli. And J6 Hydra. There we go. Yes. I finally got a decent Lancer, and I just didn't have the materials. I'm sorry, Aresh. You're even a Rin face. Simp for Saber Shiki. I have too many sabers. I can't. I like Saber Shiki, but it's like I already need to get Mordred, and Nero Bride. And I'm also, yeah, I believe Artoria wants. There's oh yeah, my Fangs. I need Fangs for Artoria because she's my good AoE saver. Who else do I need Fangs for? Lancelot. I think he requires them at level 7 or something. Oh yes, my beautiful Okita. Yeah, I got really lucky on this Okita. I was rolling for Poster Girl because I knew it was on its last raid up, and I was like, this CE is so OP. And then I didn't get Poster Girl, but I got Okita. I was actually kind of disappointed because I knew basically nothing about Okita when I got her. But honestly, she's completely turned around on me, and she's one of my favorite sabers. Because I read Type Redline after playing around with her a little bit and experiencing the Guda 3 event. And I'm like, shit, this servant's actually fucking awesome. In fact, I think that's the only Fate manga I'm actually keeping up to date with, is the Type Redline, which if you haven't read it, you need to read it. The art is amazing. And it's like a similar take on the Guda 3 event. Your Saber Shiki is level 100, 10, 10, 10, 2k food, 2k foe, 2k foe, and NP5. Ooh, NP5. That's some serious dedication, man. That's some serious dedication. My only 100 is my Gilgamesh. Although I'm probably gonna put Archuria to 10s when I get the opportunity, but that's nothing. Yeah, Type Redline was it was originally like Koha Ace, right? And then they're just rewriting it in the more serious and less joking format. Cause Type Redline Super Serial is the Super Serial version of it, and it's actually good. Like the art, just the art in Type Redline is better than like say Strange Fake. You plan on using Beast Prints? I would assume if you 2k foe someone and NP5 them, I assume you're going to probably throw those Beast Prints. Even though it's going to take like 10 years to max someone out with Beast Prints, like they don't realistically change that much. I need to get Nero to 10 as well. Too many things. I need too many things. It's called greed. It's a bit of a problem I have where I want everyone to be finished. Ugh, but this is the right game for that, because it means I can just farm indefinitely. Yeah. Beast Prints are just like, you need like 5 Beast Prints or something to upgrade a single card. Upgrade a single card by like 10 attack, right? If only AP wasn't a thing. I would appreciate that. I actually don't like AP mechanics. I've never liked them. In this game, they're not completely egregious because you have like they give you like apples like candy. But man, I remember when mobile games first introduced AP mechanics, and it was like you'd play for 10 minutes and then you'd never play the game again because you couldn't do anything. Only 2 copies of Fujino. Well, at least you got 2. The worst thing is when you get 4 copies. Because if you get 2 copies, someone can be like, you were rolling for Saber Shiki and got NP2 or something. If you get NP4 of his servant, especially a 5-star, which I know Fujino's a 4-star, it feels like you just gave up on it halfway through and were trying to get NP5. They do give apples like candy if you don't spend them. Like, I only spend apples during events, usually. And, like, this is how many apples I'm sitting on. I spent about 80, 90 during Guildfest. And that is 80, 90 golden. I spent all my silvers and bronzes. So all these silvers and bronze, and like 35-ish of these golden apples are what I accumulated since Guildfest. You know 10 people who rolled for Fujino? Only got Shiki? I know that pain. I rolled for the Punching Saint and got Archeria. I'm not mad about that one either. But I was like, I want a Knight of Marines or the Punching Saint, and I got Archeria, and I was like, okay. Hard to complain about it, but you're still like, this wasn't what I asked for. The Shiki curse. Honestly, I would prefer Personally, I actually like Saber Shiki more. I think, as a character, I like Saber Shiki more. I did not like Fujino in the movie. Which is what stopped me from rolling for her, because I would... That came out... The rerun for the Karano Kyokai event came out like a couple months into my gameplay for this. Like, a couple months into my playing this game. I'm gonna actually swap over to my Japanese account. I'll be right back. No reason to spend apples here anyway. And you rolled for Shiki, NP4 Fujino. Getting NP4 Fujino when you have NP5 Shiki is also a really weird thing. It's because the rate up is lower for 4 stars, right? Same with 3 stars. Like 3 stars only have like a 40% rate up. Which is why I'm kind of glad. I'm kind of glad that we had that like class-based GSSR previously, so I could actually get Salieri. Because I didn't roll for him on the banner he was released on. I was like, spending Saint Quartz to get a 3-star? That seems silly. I don't really want the 5 stars. Because they're going into the general pool. And then the 3 stars is like, okay. As, if you weren't aware, the class-based GSSR we had like a couple months back, there was only one 3-star servant in the extra class pool, so if you rolled on the extra banner, you're guaranteed that every single non-5-star or 4-star servant you roll is going to be Salieri. So like in a 10 pull, I got MP4 Salieri. Seems good. Yeah, I only got NP4, which is it's about average. You know, it's no big deal. I also got a Hokusai out of that, which also wasn't who I was aiming for, but is also not a terrible thing to get. Like, Hokusai was pretty good. I was slightly disappointed when I got the Hokusai, but after using her, I really appreciate her. 4 SSRs, god. People with EX luck should just go explode. That's awful. That's just awful. That's all I gotta say to that. It's awful. You got Abigail instead of Edmund. Yeah, I was hoping, like, my wife is from the extra class would be Jalter and Okitan. I didn't get either of those, but you know, it is what it is. I got an A 5-star, which I think is a good investment considering how much Saint Quartz cost in this game. Being guaranteed an SSR for 15 Saint Quartz, that's pretty good, relatively speaking. Especially if, like, when I rolled on the extra class banner, I couldn't get a bad result. They were all servants I didn't have. Oh, Ushi can actually do an okay amount of damage when she crits now. That's nice. Probably could have just used Hans's NP and randomed for an instant kill. That would have probably been better. Oh well. For anyone wondering, since we have a number of new viewers, this account is a 3-star account. I do borrow or use 4 or 5 stars for farming nodes that I've already completed because it's a waste of time, but it is a little bit of a challenge playing with only those kind of servants. Going for the last skill over. That third skill is key to actually being able to kill bosses. Like, before Ushi has her evade, she is in a very awkward position when it comes to enemies. Like, when I was playing on my NA account when I started for the first time, I did not think Ushi was a very good boss killer, and that was one of the key reasons. Yeah, Soy, isn't it awesome? We got a host from a couple of cool people. I assume they were also streaming Grand Order. I have to check out both of their streams sometime. Draconic and LSA. Alright. That was like a Lancer, or that was an Archers and Casters wave. Ugh. I can't actually do anything with that XP. Yes, I could almost do affiliate if I wanted to. I could. This Aussie fight's going to be a nightmare. Okay, we're gonna borrow someone who is an assassin. Most certainly. Probably this 100 Faces. Or, not the 100 Faces, probably the Cursed Arm. 100 Faces would be okay. Cursed Arm is much harder to kill. Yeah, it's gonna be Hassan's. I believe the only rider was Aussie, right? There's like a whole ton of trash casters, including an elemental, possibly a Sphinx. I don't remember this fight too well. I know that Nidocris shows up a whole bunch though, which is why we need to take her down. Nidocris has huge advantage against them though. I have to ask myself if I want to bring Hassan. Yeah, the King Hassan would be awesome, but we can't bring him because he's not a 3-star. And I think most people would agree King Hassan deserves to be a 5-star. Alright, who can we bring? This guy's going to be doing like 6k DPS. He's going to be like doing 6k attack. Even though he generates a shit ton of stars, I don't want to risk him randomly getting one shot by, yeah. Unfortunately, that would make this run much easier if we could bring someone else. As Cursed Arm, even on Japan, doesn't have a upgraded Noble Phantasm, so he actually does very little NP damage. It's mostly face card damage. That said, he does like a shit ton of face card damage. Because he makes it rain stars like crazy when he's maxed out. He's also probably the best assassin on my friends list. Like, the NP damage of 100 faces at NP5 is pretty close. Level 70 NP5, 100 faces is pretty close, even though she only has like 8k damage. Ugh. Having low NP levels is frustrating. Alright, I think we can kill Nidokris. I'm thinking Hans is probably going to die at some point, and Cursed Arm will come in and clean up. Because the first two waves of this fight are actually somewhat challenging and dangerous. Our other option is to like bring Caesar. I definitely want Ku in the back line, as he's just crazy hard to kill and clutches so many fights. Hans is one of our key supports. If only he was max Ascension, so we could actually use his third skill to give people NP generation per turn. But we are unfortunately stuck on everyone's favorite material, horseshoes. Which, if anyone didn't know, are obscenely hard to farm before Camelot completion. Yeah, that last kill, we killed the Demon God Pillar on Ku's like last turn of life. We overkilled the boss by like 300 damage. We were within the range of RNG damage failing us. Oh, Ozzy's right away? Shit. That was a mistake. I should have brought out the San right away. This is gonna be bad. This could be really bad. We're gonna kill the Sphinx, but Ozzy's actually a problem now. Whereas if we'd brought the Cursed Arm, this wouldn't be a thing. Alright. Well, I guess we just play this out. I thought it was like Nidokris Sphinx, and then Nidokris Elemental, and then Ozzy, and possibly Nidokris. So I completely screwed that up. Alright. There's not much to be done about that now. I guess we kill the Sphinx anyway, because the Sphinx is the most dangerous person here. The Sphinx is the most dangerous enemy here. Ozzy will kill someone for sure, and we don't have a control over that, but the Sphinx can kill like 2 people at once. Yeah, Ozzy's gonna hurt a lot. Alright. Okay, there's Ishi's NP. I want to use it to kill the Sphinx, but the Sphinx is going to be like so low on health. The Sphinx is going to be so low on health that I think I'm going to use it on Ozzy to do like half his health instead. Which I don't really like, but if we can manage it, that's probably the best result for us. Uriel and Ozzy can do a lot of damage, or Uriel and Ishi can do a lot of damage to Ozzy. Uriel should do like 50k with her NP if it goes off. Okay. Her Uriel should do 50k-ish. Yeah, she'd do like 25 to the Sphinx anyway. Yeah, we'll just keep it rolling. I know we can kill the Sphinx, but it's not to our advantage to kill the Sphinx really early. As the more attacks Ozzy gets, the more likely it is Hans dies. And I'm trying to keep him alive. Okay, Uriel can kill definitely Ozymandias if we want to. Then we focus the Sphinx. Sphinx is the least dangerous enemy here. We can just go now. May as well get one of these abilities on cooldown. Get like another tick of regen before the NP wears off. Alright, Ozzy should be dead, and we'll just, these attacks will both land on the Sphinx. He's gonna be at like 25k health next turn. Don't like where we're gonna be at. If we get 2 Ushi cards, I think he dies. That would be what we want. 2 Ushi cards. Okay. I'm fairly confident it will be dead with these cards. There we go. Alright. That worked out fairly well. We didn't lose anyone. We kind of... Oof. I thought it was Nidochris the first 2 times. Man, I completely played that wrong. Alright. Well. Such is the way of things. Alright. Uriel's gonna have to do something about Ozzy. As long as she stays alive, it's not too bad. Could have sworn it was Nidochris the first 2 times. Alright. Our damage is still on cooldown for both of our servants, so we'll kill this anyway. This will definitely kill the Sphinx, and then we just have to ask ourselves what we want to do next. I think we're gonna aim for arts on Uriel, as Uriel's super effective modifier is gonna make her more useful than Nidochris. Also, Uriel's NP5, so she does a lot of damage, whereas Ushi is not NP5, and thus does much less damage when she's not class advantage. So maybe like 1 arts card with Uriel. Oh, Anzu's dead. That's unfortunate. But that was the risk of killing the Sphinx immediately. More chances for that to happen. But that also means we get Hassan out. Alright. Did we just fight Ozzy next? Ooh. I forgot. Ushi's going to absorb all my stars. That's why this is an awkward composition. He slurped all of Hassan's stars. I don't approve of that. Well. Because we could get a lot of NP out of that, but it's probably better just to start damaging him with Hassan. Like, Hassan Brave Chain's pretty hard to say no to. As long as Ozzy's not about to doesn't NP, we're probably okay. Okay. If she's in a little bit of danger. Ooh, that's good for us. Alright. So depending on how low Ushi goes, we can, assuming she's not dead, we can probably say 8 health? 8 health? That was too close. Holy shit. Okay. So we're gonna go with Uriel, I think. I don't think Ushi does the damage. Battle 3 is Ozzy and Nidochris. Yeah, that's dangerous. Alright, we're gonna go with... Yeah, we're gonna Charisma, and we're gonna use Uriel to try and kill Ozymandias. Actually, I forgot to do this. That was really dumb. I should have done this, like, the turn he showed up. Alright. If Uriel doesn't kill him here, because he does have a defense up, I think she still gets him because she's super effective, but... You know, bosses sometimes randomly have really high defense modifiers on their buffs and stuff, right? Like, you never know. Some boss, it might have a heal, and He starts at full NP. Okay. He starts at full NP. Okay. Well, Uriel is super dead, so this will be pranked. Didn't happen. Charmed him. That works. All right. He's down for a turn. Ushi might still die to Nidocris, though. I mean, it's pretty improbable, but she might still die. This will do, like, 90k? There's no defense down on this NP, so I think this is fine. I don't expect Uriel to live a turn, so we're going this way. 80k, okay. Alright, well, Uriel's done her job. That CC was great. I'm not going to try and keep her alive. At 8 health, she could die to a stiff breeze. And we have a Nidocris to take care of before Nidocris kills our entire team with an AoE. That would be the problem, because that has an instant death chance, right? And if instant death goes off, it doesn't matter if you have evade, you just die. Invade, invuln. I don't have a Guts, and even if I do, Guts is not amazing for me. Well, that's a dead Uriel. He dropped an entire pyramid on her. I guess it makes sense. She did obliterate him 5 minutes ago. The Nidocris has Guts. I do not like this. We have a Brave Chain, but then she triggers Guts. This is risky. Here's the thing, I don't actually know if she kills him. If she double crits, she definitely has the Nidocris. If she doesn't, she probably doesn't kill it. Alright, I'm gonna have faith she's gonna crit. There we go. 2,000? We got him. Okay, perfect. If Ushi dies, she's done her job. If she doesn't die, we maybe get some buffs off. Christmas event starts soon? Yeah, it does start soon. It's starting next week, right? Officially Sunday. Although I'm betting it's going to be closer to Monday. Oh, you finally got your Ushi, man. I can finally use your Ushi? That sounds good. Alright, well, mine is probably going to die shortly. But I think she's done a good job here. Even if she bites it, she's done an admirable job. A lot of Buster cards out of Aussie here. Probably not the ones we want. We'd prefer quicker arts, but probably shouldn't whine too much about that. Okay, I think we'll be okay with first Hassan. Or, no, not first. Jesus, first arm. Alright. His NP damage is subpar, but he does put out a lot of face guard damage, so I'm still using him. Plus his like star gen's insane. Ouch. That hurts a little bit. Alright. Hassan? Another Brave Chain by this guy? Alright. Kinda wish I had more damage ups, but Ushi could literally die in one shot, so we're gonna skip on the randomly dying part. I really like people who grail obscure servants. The whole reason I'm like doing this 3-star thing is because you never get to use half these servants. Like, how often do you actually use this, like, Hassan if you have someone better? Like, I have Shiki. I have a Shiki assassin, so when I'm thinking about using someone, that's usually the first person on my mind. Alright. What are the odds you survive this? I'm thinking very, very low. But she's survived so long. It's almost an insult not to try an NP with Ushi at this point. She survived so long. Ooh, that's a lot of damage reduction. Alright, who's he dropping a pyramid on? Saving your grails for Avenger? Ugh, I want Ushi Avenger. I want Ushi Avenger on NA just so I can roll for him. For her. Alright, he dropped a pyramid on... Oh, there goes the Ushi. Wow, that was a lot of neutral damage. 7,800, okay. Needs to grail your Robin. Oh, I wish I rolled a Robin Hood on this account. That was my original plan, was to level Robin Hood, and... it didn't happen, because I haven't rolled a Robin Hood yet. This does not ignore defense. I kind of wish we had some buff strip or something, as I feel like we're not going to do a lot of damage with this due to his multiple defense ups. Actually, how long do these defense ups last? Another 2 turns? If. Fuck it, let's go in there. Feel the damage. It's all good. I'm not gonna sit there absorbing damage for 2 turns. I know it doesn't do a lot of damage. We're in P1 anyway. 10k. Yeah, that was about what I expected. She does like 18, 20k when she has her buff. He's at about 50% damage reduction right now. Okay, this is the last turn of her buffs, right? Okay. I'm gonna use her heal and get rid of her buffs right now. Not because I don't like her buffs, but because I'm gonna use her arts card, and I don't want her to randomly get gibbed by 3 shots. Ooh, we can actually just go all in for the arts. I like arts combos. You like arts combos? Blue cards are fun. It's the green cards. I have problems clicking all of them, but the blue ones and red ones, they just feel good to click a whole bunch. I don't know about you guys. I find it very satisfying to just mindlessly click red cards until I win. Same with blue cards. Seeing that 20% gauge increase on all 3 of your servants just feels really satisfying for some reason. Alright. This actually went better than expected, considering I didn't think, yeah. NP1 has on interfaces? Yeah, it's so weird. Any 3 stars, anyone who's like 3-star, 2-star, 1-star, at like below NP5, feels really weird. But that's how the servants I'm rolling are turning out. Thankfully, no one's pointed out the fact that my Hans, I believe, is NP2. Yeah, my Hans. Yeah, a lot of scuffed servants on this account since it's relatively new. Well, not new. It's not as. It's only like. Well, it's like 6 months old, but I wasn't actually playing for the whole 6 months. I only really started playing it in the last month and a bit. And not as my main account, so it's not as progressed as it could be, right? Speaking of, since we're speaking of NP levels, I know what I need to do. I need to paranoidly check that I didn't miss a surprise Ushi Avenger raid up. And then I need to pray that... No, I didn't. I was gonna say, I need to pray that I get certain servants, but I didn't get anything. Alright. I guess I got a foe that I should probably slam into Uriel immediately. I'm not missing any Ushi Avenger raid ups though. Yeah, this is my Japan account. It's pretty scuffed. It is pretty scuffed. And that's a free quest. I like how they unlock the free quests still. Up to it's in Babylonia. They stop unlocking free quests as you progress, but in Camelot it actually just gets confusing as to which quests you're supposed to do next because, like, look at this. We jumped from here all the way to here, and it wasn't immediately obvious where to go based on where we previously were. I guess maybe it's more obvious when you actually read the story, but I can't read Japanese that well, so... Ooh, it's Assassin. You know what that means? Due to the need to run 3 stars, I have a lot of really weird accounts with oddly specific servants. Yoshi's coming out in 2 days? Oh shit. Okay, I'll be rolling for it then. Due to the need for oddly... 3. I have a lot of really odd servants in my friends list, including this level 100 Hans, who is going to be our main DPS. Yeah, my Hans is only NP2. So painful. DPS Hans, you know it. That Hans is... The Hans is so good. More friend point servants? I'm all about that. Alright. Probably put Ku in front here. Do this. I shouldn't bring Ushi, but I kind of want her bond up because we really need high bond levels for Solomon, and 6 is not going to cut it. We need like 8. Like, we really, really, really want like bond 8 or 10 on Ushi and 100 faces. Otherwise, there's no chance we kill Gatia. He's going to be a very, very tough fight as is. Not running high bond servants is going to make it even harder. I guess that's one saving grace of running 3 stars is 3 stars get bond slightly fast. They don't get bond faster. They have lower bond requirements than higher star servants. You can look up the numbers. I don't remember how much lower they are, but it is significantly lower. Same with 5 stars and 4 stars. Yeah, that's why I'm like, it's like I'd really, really prefer not to have to take Ushi or 100 faces out. I'd also really like if they got to NP5 by the time we get to Solomon, because it's gonna be a nightmare trying to kill him if you don't have anyone who's decently leveled and decently bonded. But hey, we can start farming for horseshoes if we do, I think like 2 more sections. It's like right before the chapter we fight, I think the chapter before we fight, Goddess Rongominia, do you actually unlock the gate and we can start farming. Yes, oh, it's a triple Hassan. Ew. Okay, I don't like this fight. Best target. They're all single target. 100 faces and Cursed Arm have an evade. And most servants proc their evade at low health. So we would in theory wait for a Noble Phantasm to kill them instantly, but that is a little bit hard to do at this point. So I guess I'll just focus the flimsiest one and go from there. Alright. This is pretty dangerous. All of them have instant death, don't they? Yeah, this is hella risky. I think I can... I mean, Hans and several skill levels are currently locked behind horseshoes. I feel like once we can actually farm with things, yeah. All 3 of these servants are really dangerous. Poison and instant death on the cursed arm. Both really bad for us, because this is not a high DPS team. This is a I want to stall until the ends of the earth team. And that doesn't quite work here. Because, like, we want to just be spamming Arts Chains all day and not taking damage with Hans. Yeah. So we're gonna be praying they miss a lot of instant death. Ooh, and that we crit a lot. Yeah, DPS Hans has pulled it off in the past. This is... But I mean, the last times he wasn't facing instant death. This is a new twist. And a dangerous one for him. Ooh, okay. Hopefully we can kill at least one of these Hassans before they NP. I know that doesn't really matter, but I'd really like slightly better odds. NP drain, that's not great. Okay. So literally anyone could die here. Invuln him. We are in a lot of danger here. Alright. I'm gonna try my best to kill this one. Just to have one of the Hassans out of the way. We need 2 crits. Or at least, I guess 1 crit, sure. Alright, cool. I thought we needed 2 crits. I underestimated how much our crit damage was on the second Hans. Okay, he's probably gone. There was no crit down debuff, so he's gone. Yep. Who is Cursed Arm hitting? As long as he doesn't instant death, we're probably okay. Yeah, I don't like Ku dying either, but could be worse. Alright, at least we got 1 in. Like, Ku is almost ready to go. We have Uriel now, who can... Uriel can CC the Cursed Arm, so we actually get a kill on him. That's gonna be handy. He has the drain. Probably a little bit better than Ku, if I'm thinking about it, honestly. Just for more utility. She could have bought us an extra turn. That we would have appreciated if we were really low on things. If we weren't like about to crit on all those, it would have been really nice. To have an extra turn we could have CC'd with her on. It's like if we got really lucky, we could have drained 100 faces and then charmed Cursed Arm, which would have stopped either of them from NPing that turn. And she has super effective against Cursed Arm as well. Okay. Oh, I want this ranked up version so badly. Alright. We're gonna use Uriel's arts thing. Okay, if Ku survives, we're gonna probably have Uriel and Ku's NP into 100, or not 100 races, Cursed Arm. I hope he doesn't evade this turn. If he evades, it's going to be awkward because only Ku can hurt him. Ku survives. And he didn't do it. Alright. He's going to be low on health, but I don't think he's going to... He's going to be low on health, but he's probably not going to be dead, and then he's going to be charmed. And he'll be charmed, and he won't evade. Yeah, that works out. Okay. Alright, overcharge on Uriel. We can get a time schedule. I'll put one on the page that's more obvious. You have to build those. I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, I've used that NP damage of Mystic Code so many times that I'm gonna use it again. And then it's like, wait, I don't have that Mystic Code here. Hans probably does slightly more damage. $30k. This should do like 65? 86. That's higher than I thought. I always forget how hard Uriel hits. Alright, we're gonna kill him. We're gonna kill him next turn then. That's good. We don't even need to worry about his NP. Unfortunately, we can't CC her, but... yeah, it hits so hard on man. My current concern is this could go really badly. Depending on who this person's NP lands on, it's really bad, because we can't charm her. I'm charming her because there's no chance this guy survives. If we crit, he dies. If we don't crit, I don't think he dies. Heaven's Feel though. Alright, we want the Hans to live. I mean, if you don't look at the interfaces too much, you won't notice that it's in Japan. Especially because they have, like, a lot of the fonts are very similar. Several of the fonts are exactly the same, like the regular damage fonts. Yeah. Oh yeah, you noticed when Hans didn't throw garbage airballs and has real animations now? You don't like his spheres of light? It's a nice upgrade. I really like the change. Real animations. I hope that, I mean, I'm sure they're planning on doing it for everyone else, but I really appreciate it. Especially on servants you use a lot. It's very noticeable. Ku is in some amount of danger. Yeah. A support level 110s. Yeah, this account is a 3 stars only account, so it's... you get to see all these... when I play, I see all these weird combinations, because I always have to... the only people I add to my support list, or my friends list, are people who are running a 3 star in their support list. And I'm, like, hunting specifically for grailed ones, because I can act... because, you know, a grailed 3 star is obviously better than a regular one, and people very rarely run 3 stars that aren't grailed. Assuming their account isn't, like, completely new. No skill cooldowns. Okay. Hans's next skill cooldown, we might increase that one. Alright, I would like Ku to get off his NP before he dies, which means he needs to take... like that. Okay, double NP. Ku can guts. We could also use cooldown reduction to make sure Ku survives. I'm not gonna do that. Imagine having, yeah, Hans having attack animations. Yeah, imagine all these crazy servants having attack animations. Like, who wants to? Yeah, imagine having Mozart having real attack animations. Wouldn't that be silly? All right, it's increased chance of death and defense down, and then Hans is more damage, more attack up, more defense, and I think more healing. We're just gonna roll with Hans on overcharge. As if Hans gets randomly targeted, he just dies, so I'd like the best chance of Hans surviving. And 2 defense ups, with one of them being overcharged, is probably his best chance of survival. He missed the defense up, that's fine. I think we got this regardless of what happens. DPS Hans pulling it off for us again. Although, this time, Uriel actually did a huge number on Cursed Arm. Like, she did like half of his health by herself. Okay, evade. Unfortunately, we just used Ku's abilities, so we won't be getting them back anytime soon. I was thinking he'd be dead. I'm used to people dying when they get targeted. Now, Hans had like 50% damage reduction. Or no, he had 20% from his NP because he had one of them. But I'm used to, you know, you play in like the Lost Belts and it's like you have class advantage. The boss NPs with an AoE NP. They do 5 times your health and damage. Hans is a very good support. I am in complete agreement with that statement. Hans is amazing. Boss isn't on evade, right? Boss might be on evade next turn. But that's a problem for next turns. People. Yeah, Hans's RNG chance kind of sucks. His low stats are because he's a 2-star. His RNG chance kind of sucks, but I feel like his NP gain is actually really solid. Especially this guy. He gave him up. The level 100 Hans has a Prisma Cosmos on. So that Hans always generates NP every single turn. Even when he does nothing, he still gets some NP. And then, like, once Hans gets his 3rd skill, he can give himself NP generation, which also means he generates NP even faster. So even though his buff is RNG, assuming you aren't using it to try and survive an NP all the time, and you're just trying to use it to survive damage in general, it's usually effective enough that you'll get it twice a fight, maybe? I would appreciate it if they removed his RNG chance. At least for, well, I would say for his defense up or his attack up. Because those are the only ones that are RNG, but I feel like people would argue over which one's more important. Probably the attack up is the most important. Alright. This is Knights, I believe. Saber, this is Knights. Your Hans on JP is, yeah. I mean, I'm expecting my Hans to be there soon. Our Saber is good, our Archer is good. Our Lancer is actually... I mean, Lancer can fight everyone. If you take a coup, you can fight anyone. I'll just replace you with Fat Man. You know who does a gross amount of NP damage that doesn't care about men or women? He just cares about people? Right, Caesar. You haven't seen Caesar on Japanese servers? His NP gives him up to a 50% damage bonus. He hits like Uriel does against almost everyone. It's disgusting. Like, there is something seriously wrong with the decision they made to give him so much damage on his NP. Oh my god. Caesar does so much damage. It's disgusting. Like, my Caesar's NP2 and he just walks around and it's like, did you say 150,000 damage to this person? Gone. Doesn't need buff stacking. Just walks up and pulls out 150k. Okay. This. Not the best start for Caesar. I mean, he's got a Brave Chain, so we're gonna do that. Yeah, really not the best start for Caesar. Alright. Okay. Thankfully we have all these heals running. Hans is so useful when you're running low stars. Like, he seems like he actually gets better the lower your damage is, because he just gives you a ton of sustain and decent buffs. Hey, this is turn 3. We should get a Brave Chain out of Ku, right? I did count my cards correctly. The Arts... Ooh, Arts Chain is very tempting here. Arts Chain is very tempting. The Arts Chain to guarantee that Caesar gets his NP is really hard to turn down. Okay, I think we get this guy anyway. That's like 9, 13. I think this is enough damage. I think this is enough damage to kill the back guy. Oh, it's overkill. Awesome. We crit. Much like in XCOM, I don't trust crits in this game. I don't trust crit chance in this game, because you know, when it's 90%, you're going to fail. It's going to be one of those big turns, you really need it, and it's just like, you know what? Screw you. Alright. This is somewhat risky. We could definitely lose someone here. We simply didn't have the damage to get a quick NP off and kill both of these guys. At least we got one of them, or we got the archer before he did anything. Damn. I was really hoping one of those would land on Ku instead of anyone else. So we could get Caesar's NP off, but we're getting Uriel next, so Uriel should be able to clear things out. I'm betting the Lancers are in the 3rd node, which I'm not too happy about. I'm not too happy about that. If we lose this fight, it's pretty simple to swap Uriel and Caesar's position, though. So there is that. You are in a lot of danger. Alright. Actually... yeah, I'm gonna CC one of you. Oh, we missed. I was gonna say, it's actually better to CC the front guy, because he's the guy who gets 2 attacks, but... if he's dead... If they resisted, the other guy would have resisted it too, so it doesn't feel as silly. Alright, so Hans is dead if he takes a hit. RNG was in our favor though, and Hans is not dead. Alright, Uriel will assuredly kill this guy. He's male. The knights are male, so she should kill him easily. So we'll just go for this instead of an arts. We need to spend Hans' NP before he dies. Yeah, unfortunately, losing the fat man isn't the best for us, but killing the male knights works. We're gonna kill these knights without too many casualties, hopefully. 133k without our arts bonus seems good. And Uriel killed this guy too. Thanks for the crit damage bonus, Caesar. You're doing God's work. Yeah, this is where we really wanted the Caesar. But we didn't know that at the time, so I guess we just do the best we can with what we're given. Alright. Ku is probably going to NP the guy in the back to death, so I'm gonna focus the front guy. Unless these guys magically acquire NP drain, which they don't have. We will be doing that. I feel like Hans did a good job already, so if he dies here, I'm not gonna be too beat up. Uriel can still pull off some amazing damage. Because they're male. Although it won't be an insane amount of damage, it's still really good. I did target this guy. Good. Good. Alright. Hans died. Okay. Now our Ku comes in. I think we're still good here. We're going to be doing a lot of neutral damage, but they also aren't going to be doing too much to us. As usual, Ku is going to get us through this trouble. So I went with Ku instead of, like, say, the Bedivere we have. As Ku can survive okay against anyone, including enemy sabers. Sure, he doesn't do a lot of damage, but he survives against them. Which is better than we can say for Caesar against archers, who just dies to a couple arrows. Alright, we have guts, so I'm not too worried about him being targeted. Okay, Uriel dead. That's fine. This fight's a little bit harder because than it needed to be, because we didn't know what order the enemies were coming in. But we got this anyway, it's not too bad. And we're doing all buster, or we're not really generating a lot of NP this turn. Yeah, a lot of people love Uriel for the Queen fight. And she's right there. But if you're not fighting men, I mean, she still has some utility if you're not fighting men, but I kind of prefer Robin Hood in fights where you're not fighting men. If you're gonna like give me like a 10-10-10 level 70 version or whatever of them. Like the idealized Robin Hood is probably better, especially because he works in a few more compositions. Like, you can bring several other servants that are incidentally also good. Whereas Uriel, I guess she like combos with arts people, but she doesn't have... And Steno for Charmlock. But other than that, which again, Charmlock is versus male. Other than that, she doesn't have like a ton of synergy with other people. I mean, I guess. I could have evaded with Ushi. Might have been a better idea than leaving her to die. But I think I'm just playing fast and loose right now, because there's like basically 0 chance we lose. One of those things where you're just like, we're gonna win anyway, so you know, why overthink things and play perfectly when playing decently well is like half as time consuming. Half as time consuming and just as effective. In terms of winning, it means... Winning means getting the battle finish and not the defeat screen. Yeah, exactly. Robin Hood has a lot more synergy than Uriel does with other people. As if someone else can do poison, then suddenly Robin Hood's RNG damage becomes insanely reliable. Berserker. Berserker? Who the heck are we fighting at the Berserker fight? I genuinely don't know who we're fighting here. I would take a foreigner to defeat them, but I don't actually know what we're fighting. Is this just more dregs? I think it's gonna be more dregs. I'm just gonna borrow someone's coup. Oh, Berserker Reinforcement Knights? I forgot that was a thing. I forgot Berserker Reinforcement Knights were a thing they brought in at some point. Yeah, Agravain brings in Berserker Reinforcement Knights, right? Right, that's Agravain's last, his last contribution to this, because he doesn't actually fight. He's not a servant. At least he isn't a servant in the game yet. Since he was summoned, he is presumably a servant. Just not one we can summon. I wonder if there'll be like a 1-star Agravain. Yeah, Berserker Knights. Ooh, Berserker Knights that are templated based on archers. That's disgusting. I forgot they did that. That's gross. Can I get an arts comp? I can. Alright. It wouldn't have made sense given the current timeline to run Chimera. The minute someone mentioned the Berserk Knights, it was obvious what was gonna happen. Missed that. Alright. Thanks for the follow, my man. Mysterious Grim Reaper 666. Alright, hopefully we can kill this guy before he does anything. I'm hoping the Uriel can also get to NP, but that's not looking too likely. We'll do her arts up early. Try and prompt that. I know you can do arts card first to get a little bit more NP. Well, a lot more NP. But I'm trying to kill this guy and... okay, that didn't happen. Alright. Charm. So we can probably kill that guy. Alright, we're gonna charm this guy. They're berserkers, so they shouldn't have high charm resist. And I want to do... I'm fairly confident this works. This is gonna be really awkward if it doesn't. How's it going, Reaper? Are you Calliope's biggest fan or a coworker of hers? Like, I don't know if I'm being rude. Do all Reapers know each other? Maybe you're not allowed to divulge that information? You're doing Camelot as well? Alright, well we don't have much else to give to this. We're gonna either... someone's gonna die. We're too low on health to survive this. I'm doing pretty good. Really looking forward to that, the new Christmas event. Not only because we get Quetzalcoatl as a main servant, the more focus on her, and her as a welfare, but I really need the QP on my North American account. I'm so low on QP I can't afford skills. Section 8? Alright, I think we're a bit ahead of you. Since this is us diving into Camelot for the final assault. Oh man, there's actually another fight after this. Okay, let's try not to get ourselves killed here. Those crits hit hard. Alright. You only have 1 million. Yeah. I know that. I know that feeling. It sucks. Uh-oh. Oh, I screwed up. Oh, I screwed up hard. Oh man, I really screwed up. I went for the arts combo thinking I'd kill him. And it would be super efficient. And I just about got 2 people killed there. Shit. That's not good. That's not good at all. Yeah, we got a bunch of people in the community that can help you out if you need supports or something. Several people on JP. No, I don't think anyone has anything too crazy on JP. Okay. Yeah, this is a bad one. Alright. 100 Faces is in trouble. Ushi's in trouble. Ugh. We can kill one of these guys. Probably the Saber. Ku will kill the Lancer one for us. Unfortunately, 100 Faces actually purges all her buffs when she uses her heal. So, I don't have it here. Alright, Ku's going to kill this guy. Ushi will... Well, you know what? Ushi will go for... Ushi's going to try and do some damage on... this guy here. The goal's going to be... These guys all have 3 attacks, so the goal's going to be to weaken this guy. If Ku dies, that would be really bad. Okay. Who is going to kill this guy? And to prevent bad RNG, he's actually going to use his guts now. We're going to have Ku go in, kill this guy. And Ushi kills the other guy. And in the event that he doesn't kill it, I want to make sure we have a little bit of extra damage. Oh yeah, I forgot the Herc. You're doing okay. I mean, if people want the Herc just low, he's not Bond 10 though, right? He's like Bond 8. He's like Bond 9 or something, right? You were working on getting him to Bond 10. I thought you were like super close to that. Ooh, we almost got him. That's part of life. And now our Ku comes out and we win the fight. Alright. One, two, three. Yeah, your level 90 Bedivere was awesome. We've borrowed your level 90 Bedivere. We've borrowed Snow's level 90 Bedivere a few times in this run. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I was right. I was right. Bond 9. So close, yet so far. Like 60k Bond 9. You're like, I'm almost there. That's like 95% of the way there. But for her, it may as well be 0% because you don't get anything until you're Bond 10. Feels bad. Oh well. Yeah, Bond 10 is godlike. I mean, there are actually a few, depending on who you're trying to solo, there are a few situations. More than a few. There's actually like maybe 20-30% of fights that it's actually better to go with a damage CE that's level 100 than Bond 10. Yeah, too lazy to do the story. Unfortunately, events require you to... A lot of events, especially the most recent ones, require you to have Lost Belt completion to participate in them. Because if I didn't have to do... If I could farm for all my materials, or at least participate in events without having to progress, I'd probably do that too on this account. As this is like my alt account, so actually doing the story isn't too big a deal, but... I mean, I kind of want to do the later lost belts, but I'm not in a rush to reach them because the account, like, for 3 stars, I mean, for 5 stars, the later lost belts are really hard, so doing it for 3 stars is going to be insanely brutal, and I'll want maxed out servants, so I'd prefer to be doing events than anything. Oh, we're straight up fighting a ruler. Who are we fighting here? Wait, can we do? We can do the free quest. So we could progress story, or we could go farm horseshoes, as the best horseshoe farming node is in the node that you need to finish this to unlock. I think we're going to start there. I've been trying to get horseshoes so I could level servants up for a very long time. If people don't... Since not everyone will recall, I believe Ascension materials-wise, Hans requires horseshoes. So our Hans can't level up until we get horseshoes, which means we need an event or we need this horseshoe farming node. Someone else requires horseshoes, not Lubu. Who else requires them? It was someone annoying. Lancelot. There's someone else that required horseshoes, possibly in their skills. I can't remember off the top. Oh, Ushi. Ushi needs horseshoes, like a shit ton of them for her skills. Basically, we need a mountain of horseshoes. At the very least, we want to get Hans leveled. So I'm going to go here first. Alright, this is our first time doing this node, so Archer... Okay. This is probably Knights. In that case, we're taking Q again. Ooh. Astrea. Snow. Snow, you have, like, your Q is actually competent now. I can actually take this Q over the other Q. Alright, and that means we have to take Caesar in one of these slots. Where's the fatty? Fat Caesar will do alright. This is probably, like, similar to the first Knights fight we did. My rule for farming nodes, since we're doing a repeatable node, is I have to clear it with the 3-star Gios the first time. But after that, it doesn't matter. I can take whoever I want as a support. As you don't necessarily, like, doing 3 stars is to prove a point, and the point is you can beat the game with 3 stars. You know, you're trying to challenge yourself. Once you've already killed it with 3 stars on that account, you know. Anything else is just wasting time. Close to 300 St. Quartz for Avenger Ushi. I hope you get her. I hope you get her. I hope you get her more than I hope I get her, because as much as I'd like her, realistically she's probably just going to sit at level 1 for literal months. Because my focus isn't on getting Avenger Ushi leveled, it's going to be completing my 3 stars so I can actually progress in the game. Oh, Uriel has her NP already, alright. We should just kill this guy without any bonuses, so I'm not going to bother. If she had an arts card, I would have done arts up so that we could generate our NP faster, but guy's gonna die from 100,000 damage anyway, so there's no point using her arts up skill. Which, by the way, funny story about that, I was leveling Uriel's art skill because I'd saved a bunch of gems for it, for when I unlocked it, because it's like, you have to get max attention for it. And I was just mindlessly leveling it up, and I was like, this is a skill. Of all of Uriel's skills, this is the one I would put at 10. So I put it to 10 without thinking. And when I spent the 10th one, as I clicked OK, I looked down and saw that I only actually had 1 lore. So my only lore that I've ever gotten on this account is in Uriel. Instead of Hans or Q, my Q only has like rank 6 of that skill. Instead of anyone useful like that, I put my 1 lore into Uriel's arts up. Talk about a mistake. Oh my. It's a huge mistake. Oh, if we'd actually done Hans's crit up. As I was thinking, I was kind of silently thinking, should I have just done crit up there? Because a lucky crit will get the kill there, but it doesn't matter now. Alright. Alright, Uriel might actually get another NP here. Just needs like an arts combo, maybe an arts card that's like third in the list, and she can still NP. Even these guys she's weak to, she'll hit decently hard. I mean, not monstrously hard, but we'll focus this guy. Oh, let's go for it. Yeah. It is what it is. Don't crit Uriel to death. We'll all be friends. We'll all be friends, no problems. Alright. Hans will actually use this cooldown reduction. I'd like to keep Hans alive as he's actually quite useful. But if he's gonna die, we may as well try to get as much value out of him as possible. Ooh, all of our coup cards. Perfect, we get an arts combo out of coup. As his Noble Phantasm's still gonna be good against those guys. We're trying to stop these guys from going off and killing us. Uriel should do okay damage here. I think she's missing her arts up right now, so it won't be as high, but yeah. 62. If we had the arts up, he would have been dead, but still. Ku finishes him off, and he's so close to leveling up. Oh my god, Ku, you're so close to getting that NP off. I think I'm gonna wait a turn on Ku's NP. Arts combo with Hans. Brave Chain with Hans is tempting. Arts combo is also tempting. What is the longest term thing? Uriel is probably dead soon, is a thought. I want to make sure Uriel doesn't die as best I can. Does she get another NP off? I don't think so. I don't think she gets another NP off. I might get really lucky, but I want to make sure Ku can kill like this guy in front when he gets a chance. That guy in the back. Alright. Ku wants his evade for when this happens. Uriel doesn't have any cards. But I'm going to forget about that if I don't do it. So we're doing it now. Let's kill this guy. Hopefully kill this guy. $55k, that's pretty good. Uriel is dead anyway. Okay. Well, Caesar is in a bit of an awkward spot. He comes out right as the abilities are getting ready to fly. Alright, try not to die, Caesar. If you can manage that, victory will most definitely be yours. Now, I know this is overkill. Not as overkill as I thought, but I'm aiming to get Caesar's NP if the guy... Yeah, he didn't go for that. If he had, like, tunneled Caesar... I think Caesar's gonna fight. I was thinking... My thought was, if one of them targets Caesar, he's gonna get his NP and slap the guy into next Tuesday. He survived and wasn't in any danger that time. Caesar is literally the loneliest man alive. I mean, he's fat. Yeah. His FAP hand is pretty big. Like, he's really been working that hand. I mean, if you were ever wondering why Cleopatra is still with him, he can just keep going he can keep going all day. Right? That's probably why Cleopatra got with him in the first place. Like, sure, he's not the most attractive because he's kind of fat. And he's got this weird arm, but yeah, Caesar has animations now. It's amazing. Alright, we have literally nothing but a level 4 tactics on him. How hard are we going to hit this guy for? Bear in mind, the damage up lasts until end of turn. Nothing but tactics. How hard are we hitting today? Ah, 100k. Seems good. Uriel pulls 100k when she has super effective modifier and is NP5. Caesar pulls 100k with tactics. Yes, Gilgamesh has had like 3 Noble Phantasm updates. Saber has had like 3 animation updates. I think Gilgamesh only gets 1 animation update. He's getting one. Gilgamesh gets an animation update in Japan in the future. Saber's had at least 2 Noble Phantasm animation updates. And a full animation set rework at least once. Yeah, he hits as hard as Uriel does. He hits as hard as Uriel does, and Uriel has super effective. Uriel has a 150% super effective modifier against males, and those knights are male. Alright, let's look at the Reaper. What does our Reaper friend have? That was probably the perfect time to ask that too. That's probably the perfect time to make that request. 365-881. Did I get that right? You said you were on JP. 312-365-881. This is the account? I just gotta confirm that so I don't... Yeah, okay. Your name's not exactly the same, so I confirm it. Because I've done that before, where I like... Wow, it's like Team Lolly, awesome. Well, we got Lolly Vinci, we got Castro Tar, we got Shootin'. I guess it's Team Pretty Girls more. There's only like 3 lollies in this. Who is this? Oh, it's Lon Lang. Okay, never mind. We got Ilya. This is a pretty good team. Bradamante. Only thing I know about Bradamante is that she's like a tanky lancer who's like arts quick hybrid and has a great ass shot in her NP. Tamakat is taste. You need to work on the skills for some of your servants. A lot of them are really low. Like you've got XP covered, but for the fact that these are almost all level 90. Wait, the Tamakat's grid? Castoria's art's so bad on her legs? Is it? Yeah, those legs are pretty middling. Yeah, the legs is kind of just like she's wearing, she's just wearing, Tights and that's it. Or stockings and that's it. That's fine. You got a lot of levels. I'm surprised there are all so many servants are at 2 though. Because 2 is just blue gems. Like, you don't have enough. You don't have any red gems? Maybe the account's new or something. It looks like the... Well, Summer Kiara is recent. Summer Ilya is recent. Astoria is recent. Yang Guifei is recent. This could be a very new account. He doesn't have any really old CEs on this either. A whale or very... I mean, Ilya and Kiara were on the same banner, right? Castoria's newish. And Yang Guifei's. Yeah, I was gonna say, he's not that old. The account's not that old. He's... Like, remember, Lodling, Ilya, and Tomacat are 4 stars, and Tomacat is a starter. So he could have started with... He could have started with Tomocat, gotten shooting from the general pool, and then all these servants have been on raid up. Lodling was also on raid up during summer. So all these CEs are acquirable recently. This one is what's-her-face, new servant. I forget her name. She came out between summer and the most recent event. I don't remember when Bradamante's most recent raid up is, but I believe this account is new. I believe that. You might not have had the opportunity to participate in the Land of Shadows events and thus don't have any red skill gems. Yeah, Yang Guifei is on the far right. This is the chick that says how. How. Really cute voice. Yeah, this one's Himiko. This is Himiko. Yeah, you're pretty lucky as far as 5 stars go for like 3 months. This is highly above average. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 5 stars. It's 6 just here. That is significantly above average. But hey, congratulations. Oh, actually, I missed that. It's 7. He has NP2 Kiara. He has NP2 Kiara. That's pretty good for a new account. 121 days. 128. Where was I at 121 days? I would say at 121 days, my skills were slightly better on some of my servants. I think my skills were better because I had more. I had a few more rank ups at about 3 months in. Like, I had most of my main servants to 6s, to 5s or 6s, but I mean, it looks like you're doing all right. You're getting the XP you needed for most of your servants. You've definitely put foes in all of them. You're using the command codes to beef up certain servants. I think you're using okay choices for CEs. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I don't remember what the Sei Shotogan CE does. The Elegant. I'm not a fan of the Elegant, but that's fine. Yeah, that's a pretty good account. That's a pretty good account for a few months. For only 121 days. That's pretty good. Congratulations. Keep working on it. When the U summer event, yeah. Okay. So that makes sense. You were definitely there for that event. I'm impressed how quickly you've gotten so many servants to 90, actually. Usually it takes people a while. Alright, we borrowed a coup last time. I wish there was someone who was just generally good against the night class. Night classes, that would be kind of nice. Rulers don't count, they aren't actually good against them, they just take less damage. Is there anyone I actually want to drag out here? Is this Bedivere in his new costume? It is Bedivere in his new costume. What's with that art, though? That face looks really wonky. Oh my god, his idle animation, he has teacups. And a kettle? Or a teapot, sorry? I mean, it's steel, you could use it as a cup. It'd probably be better to use it as a teapot like it's supposed to be. Got Taiga at 70. This one is bad. Not everyone can get the Taiga maxed out. I'm thinking I'm taking a Saber. I am not positive that taking a Saber is the best choice for this fight, because it's gonna be a longer fight. But I like Mordred so much. First is it's 2 Sabers, 1 Archer, 2 Lancers. We don't want to take Lancer, or we don't want to take a Archer, ideally. He is a good butler. He is a good butler. Best butler. He's the most loyal knight. Why would he not also be a great butler? We'll try something. We'll try something like this. We'll put Ku a little bit higher up in the event someone dies. Ku can actually kill the archer. I'm just gonna try and play this a lot more aggressively to get through this in fewer turns. Oh man, that's like 6 or 7 fights. I was expecting you to have to take until like until you're in the event. You're gonna be done before the event launches. What are you gonna do then? Bond Grail? Am I streaming tomorrow? Unfortunately, oh shit, I forgot about that. Unfortunately not. I think I'm actually gonna change. I was planning on changing to Final Fantasy 13. Starting that up today. I'm having a really good time here though. Which is making it very difficult to change games. Like, I could change to 13. But I'm finally getting those horseshoes. I don't usually stream on Thursdays. The reason I don't stream on Thursdays is because I'm usually watching anime with one of my friends. We usually watch like 3-4 episodes. And by that time it's usually, by the time we're done, it's usually like 10. It's usually around now-ish. And then I have to do other things like make dinner or, you know, maintain my apartment, you know. Exciting things like household chores that everyone wants to do. Oh, I should have done arts up there. Yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back Friday. I'll be back Friday. I'll see about, I think it was Soy Sauce, was asking about me putting up a proper schedule of some sort on the, on my streaming page. Which I think will be my, goal for after anime. After anime night, I'll go for that. Someone said red cards. Did I get the new Cyberpunk? I was actually thinking about getting Cyberpunk. I was seriously considering it. But I noticed before I bought it, I checked the specs and I think it's like one of the first games that's come out that I need a new graphics card for. At least to stream it. I could probably play it on my own. I can play it on my own, definitely on like medium or low. But streaming requires a better graphics card. Yeah, see, you're not here on Saturday. But yeah, anyway, streaming requires a better graphics card than just playing the game by yourself does. And even if like I do that, I don't know what the frame rate would be. So considering new game, not gonna be as optimized, gonna be buggy, I was like, I need a new graphics card, which I'm okay with getting. I have the money to buy a new graphics card. So I went on Newegg, and I went on PC Part Picker, and I went on Best Buy's website. And I was like, I'll just buy whatever. What's the newest graphics card? I think it's the 3000 series. I was like, I'll just go buy one of those. No big deal. Those of you who've paid attention to this wonderful thing called Bitcoin, and recall that mining Bitcoin is extremely lucrative and makes people buy a mountain of graphics cards, will know that there are no GPUs for sale at all on the market anywhere. I also checked Amazon. The cheapest I could get a graphics card for off of it, and the only place I could find a graphics card was Amazon or eBay. The cheapest I could find it for was triple retail sales price. Triple. Yeah, I'm gonna fill up the Twitch description. I haven't actually looked into what I need to do to fill that up properly. But yeah, you're right, it's I'll probably do that tomorrow. I'll watch anime and I'll start filling that up or generating assets, because it takes a bunch of work to do that. But hey, I'm okay with... This is Buster Absorb, as I recall. And crit damage, and something else. Not going to be amazing, because we're probably just going to... fuck it, we'll go here. But anyway, point is, I couldn't acquire a graphics card. I even went to, like, physical stores on Tuesday to see... Or, it's Wednesday today. Yes. I went out shopping to see if it was just online, due to, like, COVID, and no. All the physical stores are also out, in terms of, graphics cards, so when I can find a graphics card, I will upgrade and probably play Cyberpunk, because I do want to play that game. I actually until Tuesday had completely forgotten it was coming out, because it's been delayed so many times. I was like, oh, it's legitimately coming out? It's not getting delayed? Yeah, yeah. Whenever I can get a new graphics card, I will pick one up. It's really a matter of... I mean, if I wanted to, I could spend... What is it? It's like 1,600 Canadian, so that's like 1,400, 1,300 US, around that mark, for a 3070. Those retail for 500 US. I could go spend that kind of money, but like, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of markup to spend. Add on. Yeah, thank God you're next to China. You just go ask the Chinese for the latest from the factories. I'm joking, but that's pretty funny. Yeah, getting PS5s and getting graphics cards is apparently like almost impossible in a first world country right now for some reason. It's so dumb. I'm pretty sure they're doing this. They're trying to pull the same crap they were doing. They did intentionally. With like some of the Nintendo products, because if you recall, when Nintendo launched their like amiibo line, they intentionally underproduced them and limited the capacity to drive up demand. It feels like a lot of companies are doing that this last year or so. Like they had an excuse for the 2000 series graphics cards. Like they had an excuse for the 2000 series graphics cards and the 1000 series graphics cards, because Bitcoin mining was a new thing, and they didn't know that everyone and their mother was gonna buy literal cases, like literally tens of graphics cards per person. But they don't really have an excuse at this point. Like, you should have the you should be supplying enough graphics cards for the Bitcoin mining industry. Or like not just Bitcoin, the cryptocurrency industry. Because they just go to, all the people who buy cryptocurrencies just go to retail stores and buy tons of them. Oh, I mean, it used to be on GPU. It's ostensibly moved to dedicated units, right? It's ostensibly moved to dedicated units because it's more efficient. But that's the main reason. Yeah, people use ASIC miners instead. I forgot what the word was. But yeah, I know they use dedicated cards, but the new wave of GPUs shouldn't be sold out then. Like, when the 900 series launched, before cryptocurrency mining was a real thing, you could just go to the store and buy one. That's how I got my 970. I bought it like a week after release. I just walked into the store and bought one. But you can't even get an Nvidia or an AMD graphics card right now. And not even latest gen. Like, you can't even buy the stuff from the 2000 series generation of Nvidia cards right now. It's like everything is gone. Because I would have settled for like a 2070 or a 2080 if they weren't crazy overpriced. So that's why I'm saying it has to still be Bitcoin mining, because that's like the only major thing that's changed. And that was what drove up demand. Yeah, we're talking about GPUs. I know we changed to I know the actual Bitcoin ostensibly changed to ASIC, but people must still be buying GPUs for cryptocurrency mining if they're still unobtainable. Because those started selling out like a couple GPU generations back insanely quickly because of mining. Mordred was like an okay choice there. I don't know if that was the best possible choice. That was weird. I was kind of expecting Mordred to hit a little bit harder, but what it is. Alright. She has a mana burst. She's doing okay face card damage. Finding sellers of the 2080 after this blows over. Yeah, that works too. The 3000 series is already rolling out. They're just all sold out. The newest graphics card is the AMD's one. AMD just launched their new series of graphics cards last month. 3000 series has been out for a few months. Yeah, when it's not sold out. I mean, as I recall, because I did look into getting a new GPU when the 1000 series was rolling out and was new. Those were completely gone. And they've like never been easy to get a hold of. Now you can kind of get one. But I mean, at this point, the 1000 series isn't like that much better than the 900 series. Good night. I'm actually just finishing this quest and then swapping to Final Fantasy 13. Yeah, it's like buying a PS5. But PS5 only came out last month, so I can understand that. Although, PS5 producers also, no excuse for not having a PS5. Like, how do you not make those? How do you not make enough of those? I don't understand it. They just, if it feels like they're just not producing enough so they can drive up demand to make people buy more because they'll try to scalp people. It's like encouraging people to scalp shit. Extra classes, Lobo or Martha? True. I mean, there is the Demon Souls remake that actually looks pretty good. If you like Demon Souls, which I do like Demon Souls. I have a copy of it. I beat it 3 times. I wouldn't say it has nothing, but it doesn't really have anything new, per se. Because even Cyberpunk 2077 is just a if you buy the PS5 version, it's just a PS4 version. It's just the PS4 version running on PS5. That makes sense. Gilgamesh is the most common raid up servant. And also the most common limited servant. In terms of raid ups, he almost always has like more than one per year. He is mega popular. Mega popular in everything. Alright. No Leben. Let's do this. Yeah, minimum cheer view. White Day is the best time for a waiver. For once, he doesn't have a split rate up. That'd be nice. Actually, I don't think waivers had too many split rate ups. He had like a small split rate up with Iskandar, but he was also solo for one of the days in Fate Zero, and he was definitely on solo rate up during the Sanzang event earlier this year, because that's when I got him. Yeah. Gil has his own festival, and is usually on rate up at least one other time of the year. I too want to roll Mordred. I want another shot at Mordred, but unfortunately, Nero Bride is also on raid up around Valentine's, right? And the Mordred on Valentine's should be a split raid up, if I recall. So that's probably not the best opportunity to roll for her. Because Valentine's is usually a split raid up with someone else, right? Whoever the new Valentine's servant is. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Yeah, I wouldn't roll for Mordred there. Especially because around then is when you get the Nero Bride raid up, right? Like, February, March is pretty rough. I mean, I pick my favorite I roll for my favorite servants. I don't know what you plan on doing. That's how I decide what I'm rolling for. I'm like, oh, this is my favorite servant, so I think I'll roll for them. I like using Mordred too. I like her NP chant more than I like Artoria's, even though the animation isn't as good. Oh right, that guy has double sure hit. Well, that's the thing. Yeah, I just like Mordred in general better. We need a Mordred route. Screw the Ilya route. I'm sorry, Ilya fans. We need a Mordred route, even though she isn't in Stay Night. Yeah. I understand Poison's problem. I like so many servants, and like sure, I don't like the servants on JP that are new, a lot of them. But that's because I've never met them. The minute they're like, here's 5 seconds of characterization, I'm like, I need it. It's like that scene from SpongeBob where he's like, I don't need it, I don't need it, I don't need it, I need it, I need it. Yeah. Stupid DW. Why can't you just write bad characters for once so I don't care about them? You do not... They had not designed Mordred at the point that the Fate Stay Night visual novel was written. So Mordred, technically Mordred shows up in exactly one panel. In one art panel. But she's not directly mentioned in it. And it's not the Mordred with the armor design we know Mordred as having. It's just like a generic knight. And it's from a really long ways off. Like, if you recall, it's basically like, you know, it's same as in the anime, really. Anyway, this is the horseshoe farming node, by the way. Who writes bad character? No, we're asking for DW. We're asking for Delightworks to write bad characters, so we don't want to roll for them. Because if they write characters that don't have good characterization or are really bland, then I won't want to spend Saint Quartz on them, so I'll be able to more easily spend Saint Quartz on the servants I want. The fox lady? Do you mean Tamamo or the evil Tamamo? Like Tomovich or whatever her name is. I can see not liking her. She is a bit of a bitch. Evil fox lady, yeah. I don't like her too much either. But here's the thing, I also don't like Canis. And within 5 minutes of using Canis on the Japanese servers, like actually using that servant, I was like, I need this. I need this. Give it to me. I'm gonna be rolling for Canis the minute she's on Rita. Yeah. They were too. I mean, Mordred kind of moved on from her past. That was like her whole arc in Apocrypha. That was like half of her arc in Apocrypha was deciding she didn't need the crown. If you were paying attention. Like that was her whole deal. Was realizing she didn't actually need or want to become Queen/King of England. It's king. It's king. That's also where I thought her second NP line comes from. Yeah, rip him. They were like the only good they were like the best two characters in Apocrypha. It was very unfortunate seeing them die. Everyone else, I didn't really care too much for. Like obviously, nobody likes Cardboard. You don't like Artoria's costume? I like Artoria's costume. I like the way Artoria looks. I like her armor. She has a good design. Especially in Fate Zero, when she puts on that business suit. Can you honestly tell me that Saber in a business suit doesn't look good? Like in that black and gray suit didn't look good. Yeah, she needs real parental affection and forgiveness. And that is what Grand Order is for. Grand Order can let Mordred interact with Arthur Pendragon, who doesn't hate her. Wow, I actually have like 300 sand quartz. I'm gonna actually have a decent chance of rolling Avenger Ushi. Although, knowing this account, I'll probably get Avenger Ushi in like the first 2 pulls or something. This account is stupid good luck. Stupid good luck with 5 stars. It doesn't have any luck with anyone else. Rolling 3 stars is a nightmare. But hey. Like, considering this is a 3-star only account, we have a lot of really weird servants. Hold up. Alright. Like, we have Jean, we have Roma, and we have like Castor Artoria. Who else did I throw random quartz at? Yeah, we have 3 random 4-star Lancers. Alright, we have Anastasia, but I didn't roll for her intentionally. I was gonna say I have... Where'd he go? I have Van Gogh as well. His account has like 5 4-stars. 5 stars. Oh, and Vlad. I forget. How could I forget Rad Vlad? Artoria saw her own failings in Mordred and tried to keep her away, seeing her as a threat to Britain, not as her child, and that the avoidance of Mordred is family, and not the poor potential. Yeah. I also feel like Mordred would have been a questionable king, right? Like, that was Artoria's reason, and I think Artoria, especially during her time as king, where everyone perceived her as an emotionless robot, was acting more logically than emotionally. So I kind of disagree with that there. I think she was just like Mordred, you basically try to face tank everything and use brute force. Like, have you seen the way Mordred fights? Out of every single saber in the game, she's the only one who doesn't, like, actually use swordsmanship and is more of a brawler. Charlemagne would be cool. Throw a wrench into everyone's plans. The king is Richard. We get King Richard instead. Screw you. Alright. Yeah, it's debatable if Mordred. I think it's pretty straightforward. Mordred, especially at the time of her death, would not have made a good king. And she definitely needed to mature, at least a little bit. Alright. I will be right back. When I get back, I need to take a quick piss. I'll be back in like 2 minutes. When I'm back, I'm gonna restart the stream just so I can split the VOD, and we'll be playing some Final Fantasy 13. Alright, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't played Lost Belt 5.5, so I don't know if that's the end. I'll be back in literally 2 seconds. Just gonna restart it now, and we'll be back with Final Fantasy 13.